Hi, Sandra here from Creating Spain. Have you ever thought of using your electronic cutter to foil your images? No? Neither had I until recently. For those of you who have electronic cutters, so Silhouette Cameo, Silver Bullet, various other cutters out there, there is a way of doing this on your machine. So if you can do it on a machine you already have, why on earth would you not do it? This does not need to be printed on a laser printer. It doesn't need to go through a laminator. It just uses the cutting machine you already have. So how did I do it? Well, this was my first experiment, and yeah, it's okay-ish, but it's not brilliant. So I devised a way of doing it much better. Now, this particular text is called An Unfortunate Event. It's a funny name for a text, but that's what it is. It's one of my favourites though. And what I did was I got a glue pen. Now, I say I got a glue pen. Normally I would recommend, I used to have it and I've run out, and it's called the Sakura Quickie glue pen. So I had an old biro which wasn't working. I cleaned it out, took it to bits, and I refilled it with a glue that I know will dry and will enable things to stick to it. Now, I can use this for stamping, but if I do it, I have to stamp, let the glue dry, and then put it through a laminator. I'd filled up this pen, and it doesn't actually look like it's coming out very much. If I just do a squiggle here, you can barely see anything coming out of there. But there must be enough because it worked. So I put this in my pen holder and I set it to just write the text. I put a piece of foil over the top, like so, and I put a piece of typing paper over the top of that, and I stuck it all down. And I stuck it down because I didn't want this to move around under my machine. Okay, so I set this in my software to have a line fill. Now in Shortcuts a lot there's a line fill. I haven't used Silhouette Studio a very long time, so I can't say what there is, but I'm sure there is something very similar that will allow you to fill in hollow images with pen lines. So I did that, and I set, after I'd done the pen, which does it at quite a light pressure, I set it to a heavy pressure, and I put an embossing tool in it. Now, I've got my own homemade embossing tool, which is one of these things set in a 3D printed handle, which I made for it. And it works brilliantly for doing creases and things in cards, and it does very well for doing this. But you could probably just as easily use an empty ballpoint for the next bit. So put the foil on, put a piece of paper over the top, make sure it's all nice and secure. I didn't take it off the mat while I did this. I just set my machine to do the same design again. This is debossed into the card. It looks very clean, very fresh, very professional. And I think this is going to be a really good technique for doing some foiling without all the aggravation of heat tools and laminating machines and all the rest of it. So there we go. I thought I'd just let you know. Take care now. Bye bye.